Hey everyone, I am here today to do a review of a color for you. This is a color spotlight. This is the color Caramel Brown by Rene of Paris. And I have her on in the Evanna wig. So I already have a review of Evanna on my YouTube channel, so I'm just going to do a color spotlight on this one. I won't go into the full details of Evanna, but I will give you some impressions, as I've had a number of these now, and I can really tell you what I see as some similarities. But before I do that, I want to show you this color, because I think Caramel Brown is going to be one of those difficult colors, because I think the name is misleading, and I'll tell you why, but let's just take a look at this color up close. This is Caramel Brown. I will also show you this color outside because I think this color needs to be seen in a lot of different light. I'll turn around for you as well, because what you're going to notice is there are these super, and I'm going to talk about this hair in a moment, super light, ashy highlights. And they're really minimal and only a few here, but not really all around. So when you hear the name Caramel Brown, you think, well, okay, let me just speak for myself. When I hear the name Caramel Brown, I think of a warm, light brown, kind of rich color. You know, you're thinking of caramels, kind of a light brown. That's not at all what this color is. This is such a dark brunette. When I look at the brown on this, I see possibly a 2. I think the tone may be between a 2 and a 4 brunette. A brunette starts at a 2. A black is a 1. A soft black is a 1B. And a brunette is a 2. Dark brown. It's like dark black brown. And then you've got dark brown is a 4. Medium dark brown is a 6. This is such a dark color. It'll be interesting to see when I watch this on my computer, to see how dark it comes across, because of the lighting I have in here. When I get close and I'm looking at my little camera monitor, it looks lighter even than it does in person. So hopefully it's coming across accurate, just not in my little camera monitor. It's super dark, you guys. I've got to stress that. And then you've got these super light highlights that are just ashy. I don't know if I doubt they're platinum, but they look so light next to the dark. And then they're just like a few. It's just that it's an odd color to me. It's definitely different, interesting, but I would have thought this would be a much lighter color. I think this is actually the second Caramel Brown I've had from Rene of Paris. I believe I had a wig in my first few months of wig wearing in this color, and I remember thinking the same thing, but that was, you know, over 2 years ago, and I just wasn't experienced enough. I didn't take any pictures, I have no videos, but I'm thinking back and I remember thinking the same thing, and back then I was looking for super dark wigs. So brief commentary on Evanna. Oh, let me just show you the lace front so that you can see with the dark, and actually I want to make sure it's in the right spot. Just look at the difference between where these super light ones are and then here. But overall, the lace front isn't terrible. It's really not bad, considering that the color is so dark. So let me talk quickly now about Evanna. Since you might not have seen my other video and you came by this one either looking for this color or maybe just the name. So I struggle a little bit with a few things on Evanna, and again, when I do reviews, I'm kind of trying to give you all the features, but I'm also telling you my impressions, because I'm doing this as a wig wearer to my wig wearing sisters, not as a reviewer. I'm trying to walk that line. So Evanna is quite low density, actually. She really doesn't have a lot of hair at all. Very flat, no poofy pillowy permatease. And I can really feel the cap when I touch up here. Very low density. I'm not as worried necessarily about the wefts showing. What bothers me about Evanna is how low density she is. She really lays flat. There's no volume to her whatsoever. But yet she does have a little bit of volume down here. So she's super flat, and then she has a little bit of volume. And she kind of hangs heavy right in here. So if you like volume, if you're looking for a wig that's going to give you some lift and some oomph, Evanna doesn't have that. Something else I notice is the fibers are quite tangly. I've seen that in all of the Evannas. I think this is my third Evanna that I've had an opportunity to try. And I didn't purchase this one. A wig sister sent her to me for a giveaway. This is going to be a giveaway wig. And so that's why I have a chance to tell you about her. But she's very tangly, really needs a lot of TLC. I would definitely make sure you use a silicone type spray on this one, even though I try not to do that a lot on wigs. This one I would, because she's very dry fibered. And I think that's just the fibers. It's not, because every Evanna I've had has been that way. So the fibers are very dry. It causes some tangles. The tangles are especially pronounced up here where the highlighting is. So I wonder, like even going like this, I can't run my fingers through that. So I wonder if there's something different about the highlighted fibers or the highlighting process. You know, like when you get your hair highlighted, like human hair, it damages it a little bit because you're stripping it. I don't know if that's the case with these kind of fibers. But those are some of the things I've noticed. She feels a little frizzy on in the front here. And so I just think Evanna is going to be one that you might want to use a little product on. If you're looking for low density, no volume, I mean, she's if you just don't mess with her, she looks very polished and slight A-line, but definitely not my preference in fibers. Let's just put it that way. I like a little bit of a lighter denier. She's a bit of a thicker, it's hard to describe. She's not a light, airy denier. It's a drier, maybe a little stiffer fiber. It's definitely not super flowy at all. So I don't want to talk bad about Evanna because we all like different things, and some of the wigs I love you would hate. And so I'm just trying to give her kind of my impression on what I'm observing after having had 3 Evannas. So the color caramel brown, super dark, and Evanna is kind of flat, not a lot of volume, not a lot of body, a bit drier, stiffer of a fiber. But I think that, you know, she's going to, for someone who doesn't like a lot of fuss, you don't want a lot of volume, you like a bit of a wave, but not really any curls, you like kind of shoulder length, then maybe Evanna's for you. But if you're looking for any volume whatsoever, if you want to get a little poof out of her, you're not getting poof out of her. I'm telling you that right now. All right, you guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help answer any questions you might have. And that's it. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the outside look. Hey everyone, here we are with Caramel Brown by Rene of Paris on Evanna outside where you can really see these highlights. So Caramel Brown is an interesting color. I do not think it's well named. I think it's a little misleading because when you hear about caramel in other colors, you think of a much lighter brown than this. This Caramel Brown is super, super dark. Super dark. And it's actually quite ashy than you would expect from caramel, which you typically think is a warm color. So you see these super light highlights on here, very light, and they're just very much only placed in the front, not back here. And the brown is very dark, very dark. It's very contrasting. I'm going to go in front of a white background so that you can see it. When I first saw Caramel Brown, I thought I was mislabeled, to be honest with you. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking at this color, it's super dark. I would consider this at least maybe between a 2 and a 4 brunette. It's super dark. And then you've got just these streaky and very little. There's not a lot of these highlights. Just very minimal. It's such an interesting color. And then you got your lace front. All right, I hope that was helpful because I really thought it was important for you to see how dark this color really is. It's quite dark. All right, guys, thanks for watching.